Today I have an echocardiogram for my heart because one of the drugs I had during chemo, it does a number on your ticker. So we are going to check it out and make sure it's good. Hi, I am driving to my echocardiogram appointment and want to sort of talk about more of the cancer journey while we're on our trip together, since y'all are going to join me. Like I said, I was diagnosed almost a year ago. It was interductal carcinoma, which means it started and originated in my milk ducts. Which, looking back with Job, when we had him, I had a lot of trouble nursing, and ultimately, because the baby was starving, because that side was producing nothing, and because I was dealing with severe postpartum depression, very borderline postpartum cytosis, I stopped nursing. So a part of me thinks, what if the cancer was already there at that time, blocking, and it was already in my milk ducts? Could have been, could not have been, I don't know. But it started in my ducts, but had already erupted and spread past my ducts. So it was all throughout the tissue as well of my breast. So that meant, for a lot of people, if you have IDC, you can have a lumpectomy and be fine. Lots of different breast cancers, and a lumpectomy is highly successful, and actually, it's less invasive and less healing time, and it's a great option. For me, mastectomy was the only option laid out on the table. It was mastectomy. It needed to go. So then it was the issue of, you could take the one breast and leave the other, which is doable, and that is the American Cancer Society recommendation, is that you do not remove a healthy breast for prophylactic treatment. But for me, we already knew when we got the news that it was cancer, and once we had my scans, that it was in my lymph nodes. If it's in your lymph system, it can travel. So in my mind, it was like, these cancer cells know that they're breast cells. Like they're smart, but they're not too smart yet to where they still do think they're breast cells. So if it was gonna travel somewhere, in my mind, I don't know that this is medical journal, I don't know, but I just thought it's probably going to go to my other breast. If it's gonna move, it's gonna move to my other breast, and I was not happy with that thought. So I said, she each time would say, now, this isn't the recommendation to take off both breasts. You have a healthy breast that we could leave. And I said, I understand that. Number one, I'm a hypochondriac, and I will constantly be worried that it's there. I know myself, and we know it's in my lymph nodes, and I feel like that is a little bit one step further than what the American Cancer Society is looking at. So we opted, my husband and I were on board with double mastectomy, get them gone. So they also ended up taking 4 lymph nodes in my axial, which is why I'm dealing with a little bit of lymphedema right now, and some issues with some swelling in my hand and things like that. So Yeah, surgery was in January after chemo stopped. So yeah, we're almost at the 1 year mark, and I'm excited to see what the scans show. Do they show I'm in remission? Do they show that it's gone and we can kind of take a breath for a while and just do my regular checkups and things like that, and be past this. I will never be totally past cancer. Unfortunately, it's always going to be something I have to think about, but we will know that we have beaten this cancer at this point. So I'm excited for July. I'm excited for scans to see what they show. Cancer it has been one of the hardest things our family has gone through, but also one of the best. And I'm not downplaying like, oh, cancer's easy, it's no big deal. Cancer is a big deal, and it is a disease, and it is a killer, and I'm not downplaying that. I'm saying we have been very grateful that we caught mine where it was, and all of the love that has come out of having cancer from our family, from our church body, from strangers, from just God has just flooded us with love in a time where you could easily say, well, I have cancer, there's no way God loves me, there's no way he's protecting me, or he wouldn't let this happen. Like, all we have felt through this entire season of cancer is immense love from God and immense provision and immense protection. Like, it has been hard and terrible, but there have been amazing, amazing good things in it too. So I wanted to share that with you guys. A little bit of encouragement. All right, well, next up, echocardiogram. Checked my chart online, and I was like, oh yeah, that's the hospital. And now I get in there and they're like, oh, it's at the cardiology. I'm like, okay. So now I'm late, but luckily it's literally like right across the street. Finally here, and now we wait.